right, get ready, Catawba Valley, for the real. I'm saying the real sports talk. Coming live from Flip's Barbershop from Newton, North Carolina, with your host Dennis Lee and co-host Danny Hips. And you know, this your man DJ P Free, providing the sounds for your listening pleasure. Flip's Barbershop Sports Talk. Let's go.
Good morning, folks. Good morning, folks. On this Saturday, we were glad to be back on Saturdays again. First of all, a shout out to our DJ P Free. Had a birthday Thursday, so happy birthday, DJ P Free.
Happy birthday, happy birthday. What is it, 29?
Yeah, 39, DJ P Free, 39.
Oh.
How old I am? I'm 29.
29.
I just turned 29.
29. Only 29-year-old guy I see with his eyes up here leaning back and all that. Why are they all laughing over there?
The oldest looking 29-year-old you ever seen.
Yeah. But, hey, Danny, Catawba County got a state champion.
Wow.
Hickory High Red Tornadoes.
Man, I tell you what, it was a game for the ages, too.
And I tell you what, hey, Coach Joe Glass, much respect to Coach Glass, but he's been one of the true coaches that, you know, that's been behind this podcast, and he's always talked to us, and I actually just got off the phone with him texting not too long ago. He's still down there in Chapel Hill.
He probably ain't been asleep yet.
No, I'm sure he hadn't been asleep, but
all right, get ready.
But he told us from day one.
Day one, he said, I had the most athletes I've ever had.
And I tell you what, Hickory High went through a gauntlet in that 3A.
Hey, them athletes showed up last night.
Yeah. They
showed up, I'm telling you. It's kind of like a fairy tale story ending. You know, the quarterback comes in the game. They got to go down the field, drive the field with not much time left, and got to score to win. And, man, it's a great finish for them. Two tremendous good football teams. And, you know, they've been in the state championship before. This is Hickory's second. They're 2-0 now.
Yep.
So the one that threw me off a little bit now, Fayetteville 71st. I don't know if you know what the 71st means, but it's important. But Fayetteville 71st, the Falcons are 3-1-1. So my question is, who lets somebody have a tie in a state championship?
Yeah, who
thinks that's a good idea?
You sure that wasn't a soccer game?
I'm sure. It's They're 3-1-1, and Hickory's 2-0 in the state championships.
Wow. But that was what, since 1998 was the last one.
So Hickory in that season, man, they won that state championship by like 40-plus points.
No,
zeros. I mean, zero. They were the highest scoring team. I don't know if they still got the record, but they used to have the record for the highest scoring team in the history of North Carolina high school football. Coach Elder, he had a squad. Rest in peace. He just passed away this year. I'm sure that there's a lot of people in that community wrapping that with love and kudos to that history. And I did see an interview this week where some of the players from that team now have kids playing on this team. That was pretty cool interview.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome. But congratulations. I'm gonna try to get him. I told him I'd give him a call around 10:15. If he ain't too busy, he'd answer. If not, I understand. But I'm gonna try to give him a call here in about 5 minutes.
Yep, that'll work. I'm sure he's got lots to say, man. I got lots of questions for him.
But I tell you what, it was. I tell you what, that 2-minute drive. That quarterback, Brady, what is it, Brady Stover? Stover?
Yep, Stover.
That kid, that was a heck of a drive. And then to cap it off with that touchdown he had.
Man, it was crazy. You know, it was a good read.
Yeah.
He made a great read on that. But I will tell you, everybody on that team stood up and made a play sometime through the night. A great running game by the Hickory Tornadoes. But I'm telling you, 71st, they had a lot of weapons. They were not intimidated. Hickory goes down and scores. They go down and score. I mean, it's just back and forth. And, it stalled out a little bit. Only one score in the third period.
Yeah.
But, man, that fourth quarter was lively.
It was. I tell you what, I was watching it online, and shout out to my guy Kevin Holloway, Peter Rabbit. He streamed it live. Peter Rabbit, I know you listen. Hey, shout out to you. Peter Rabbit, hey, I watched it with Peter Rabbit. He was streaming it live, and everybody was watching it, and shout out to him. That's how I got to watch it.
I mean, you could hear the crowd noise and all.
Yeah. And I tell you what, it was like a college football game I was watching. I mean,
it was at a beautiful college. I will say that.
That's your opinion. It was. No, I can say Chapel Hill is pretty.
It's a good stadium.
It's pretty, but and I tell you what, Hickory took a crowd down there. Both teams had big crowds.
Yeah, I mean, neither one of those teams are a surprise in the playoffs. I mean, throughout the year, each one of them has been building some momentum. And, last week, last couple weeks, last night and last week, it was a different challenge for Hickory. They had up front in the trenches, they were probably outweighed by a lot of pounds.
Yeah, 150 pounds exactly, Coach Glass said last week.
Man, that's crazy. But I watched those big guys from 71st, man, they were huge.
Yeah.
And I will tell you, that kind of physical game wears people down. So as they're walking off the field at halftime, I see a really slow walk. Like they're not jogging to the, and I was a little worried, to be honest with you. I'm like, man, Hickory's kind of got their head down a little bit. They're tired.
Yeah.
They're fatigued. I don't know how much more of a beating in the trenches they can take, or are they going to be able to hold up? And I'll be curious to know how Coach Glass motivated them at halftime.
Yeah.
So every time he comes in here, he's very upbeat. He's very lively. I see him being as very positive. I don't see him as being the kind of guy flipping over trash cans, yelling, screaming.
I don't think he's that kind of guy.
No, I'm telling you right now, I bet he's laughing, smoking, and joking. Not smoking, but laughing and joking and cutting up with them, trying to loosen them up. But somehow during halftime, they found a little more energy.
Also, I'll tell you one thing. That Isaiah Lackey, that wears 34, he reminded me a lot back in 1992 when Antoine Eichel was wearing that number.
Yeah, man, he had a big night. He went over 100. I think it's about 111. He scored 3 times.
His third touchdown, Danny,
man,
he carried two. He carried
he was
a cornerback and their safety with him into the end
yeah,
zone.
Yeah, and it was huge. But he's a great back. I tell you, their secondary played good, came up big with big plays, because a lot of times the running backs from 71st were getting through that first layer. Yeah. But those little cornerbacks and safeties, and I won't call them little, but they're smaller than those defensive linemen, they had to step up and make some tackles.
Yeah.
I mean, there were so many plays where one play away from breaking a tackle. It was gone.
Well, Danny, speaking to Coach Glass, he just sent me a text, said you can call me right now while I'm driving.
Let's don't wait. Let's don't wait. Put him right there on your speaker.
Hello?
Coach Glass. Man, congratulations. Congratulations. Man, I know you all smiles right now.
We gotta get that mic on there, man.
I've got stuff put up and cleaned up.
Yeah.
Okay, that sounds good.
I bet. Hey, with Coach Glass, I'm gonna pass you over here to Danny Hips. He's got some questions to ask you. I appreciate you, talking to us this morning. And man, once again, congratulations. We're all ecstatic here for you.
I appreciate it, man. Thank y'all.
All right.
Hey, good morning, Coach Glass. Appreciate you jumping on here with us today.
Morning, sir. Appreciate it.
Absolutely. So a game last night, man. I mean, we watched it. We listened to it. We watched it. It was maybe one of the more physical games that I've seen all year. Two really great football teams, and somebody had to lose, and I'm glad it wasn't you. And I will tell you, I guarantee it. So I was telling Dennis this morning, I was watching at halftime as you were going off the field. It's been a very, very physical football game in the first half, and I don't know that, I think your team's in fine shape. I think they're all great athletes, but it had to be a little wear and tear on them a little bit. How did you approach that at halftime?
Yeah, well, I kind of challenged our defense at halftime. When you put things into perspective, we gave up 26 points to a team that averages 49, 50 points a game. I just didn't feel like we were tackling real well. But they had a different look in the locker room at halftime than I've seen them have all year long. Kind of a beat-down look, more of a, like you could just tell the physical part of the game had been wearing on them a little bit. And, I kind of got in pretty good, and I sat back, and I walked outside for a second to kind of get my thoughts in. I thought, you know what, I need to get our seniors involved. So I went back in and talked to our seniors first. So I'm not going to say anything else. I'm not going to say anything else. I'm going to let our seniors handle it. And I told them and challenged them, and I made all the coaches leave the locker room and let our seniors talk. And, I kind of sat outside and could hear some of the things they were saying. And so I went back in and kind of made a little joke to kind of, lighten the mood a little bit.
Yeah, loosen them up.
They went back out and handled business.
Hey, I tell you what, that second half, it was just as physical. And, I can't even imagine on your side with all the strategy that's going back and forth. The game really, it was an ebb and flow on both sides, kind of a slower pace in that third period. But, man, the fourth period, what I would like to hear about is, all right, you're all tied up or you got the ball with a chance to win. How did your team feel from there?
I mean, when we got the ball back tied up with 2 minutes and something to go, I knew we had it.
I like it. I
have a ton of trust in Brady Stover, ton of trust in Coach Natoli and our offensive staff. He's Coach Natoli. People don't realize the unsung hero of this season is Mike Natoli and our offensive staff. I mean, he has done a great job of preparing our kids and preparing our staff and preparing Brady. And like I said, I can't say enough about that guy. I mean, we are not here without him.
Yeah, I agree with that 100%. But I tell you, you had so many people participating and stepping up to a higher level last night. Big plays in the secondary, big plays from your running backs, your quarterback. Where I was at when you got that ball with like 2 minutes and 3 seconds or something to go in the game, I was wondering, do they have enough gas up front with those big men to hold the play, to be able to pass, to create a hole, to make that? And, man, did they ring the bell or what?
Oh, yeah. I mean, our offensive line, like I said, we're small. They put a story out about, how small our offensive line was and everything else. And I don't – that doesn't bother me at all. Our kids are absolute animals up front. They play tirelessly. Henry Pitts, our left tackle, didn't come off the field all night except for 1 or 2 special teams plays. And he starts at defensive end and an offensive tackle and had to block big number 9 all night. That linebacker they had that was, I don't know, he might have been 30 years old. He was huge. And then to turn around and have to get hit and beat on by 65 and 56, the pullers they had. And then, got kids like Aiden Hobus, who's 175 pounds soaking wet and actually played for me at Lincolnton as a wide receiver as a freshman. He weighed about 120 pounds. And he actually put on 20 pounds of muscle this summer and over, time to bulk up for this season. So, our little guys up front, they get after it.
There's a lot of plays that they had a pretty solid running game and passing game as well. And so a lot of times running backs from 71st were able to get through that front line. But your secondary really stepped up. They had some, you talk about the weight and size difference on the line. So when those guys make it through that line, your cornerbacks and your safeties and those guys, they had a big task. But I really think that, throughout the game, there were several plays that was, one broken tackle away from a touchdown, and they stepped up all night as well.
Yeah, we didn't tackle real well all night, and that was really the biggest challenge. We were just coming in trying to deliver kill shots instead of wrapping up and holding on for dear life. And going back and thinking about it, you have time to really, when you're in the moment, you're like tackle. But I don't know what I would have done if I am trying to form tackle and they're dragging me for 7 yards. They were just, I'm telling you, most physical all year, especially when they ran the ball. They were just so big, so physical, and we were undersized. And but we normally had, when we did play well, we had 6 or 7 guys, hanging on. And we might have got drugged for about 3 or 4 yards, but we found a way to see it through.
Yeah, and a lot of times games like this, it comes down to mistakes or penalties or turnovers. And last night's game, there was only 1 turnover in the entire game, and that was the one you needed the most.
Yeah, I talked about that in that other interview with Will Prince. He had a rough game. He came in, missed a few tackles, and things like that. And the series before, I really lit into him, right on the sideline. He kind of went back at me a little bit, and I went back at him again and went down and had that last series. And I said, he comes to me and he goes, "Coach, I got you. I promise. I got you." I said, "All right, well, please get me then." And he comes with that big interception at the end. So
hey, he got you, Coach.
he did. ago, we moved him to safety, and he really was struggling and wasn't getting a lot of playing time because he wasn't wanting to come downhill and be physical, and he just took it upon himself. So I'm gonna do it.
Yep.
He started doing it, came in and figured it out.
Yeah.
And he had a great year for us.
Yeah, and that'll be a lifetime memory for him. I mean, for him and a lot of those guys. Hickory is a very engaged community. You had a tremendous crowd there last night. I know a lot of those folks. I've seen some interviews during the season, and then also this week with some chatter from the 96 team and folks wanting to return that 88. I'm sorry, from that team and wanting to see Hickory back at that level. And you got them there, Coach. You and your coaching staff have done a tremendous job. But what kind of support have you had from the community?
Oh, it's unbelievable. I mean, it's been like that from day one. I mean, our booster club's unbelievable. Just the community outpouring of support at games, and if we ever need anything, they're there. I mean, our parents are absolutely great. I mean, they we don't hurt for anything. These boys don't hurt for anything when it comes to stuff that they need, and that could be from a pair of cleats to a meal. So our parents in our community are top notch. I've had great parents in the past, but our community and our parents is the best I've ever had. And this is year 23 for me, so they're unbelievable.
Yeah, so, Coach, I've been holding on to a story all year, and I really wasn't sure if I was ever going to tell anybody about it. But when I got you here today, it was in the middle of the season somewhere, and you'd told me about all the athletes and all that stuff. And sometimes you can have great athletes, but you also work on them being great people. And so one day I was had to do some stuff around Hickory, and it was a Thursday afternoon. You all had a light practice or a short practice, and I thought, well, before I go home, I'm going to run by Village Inn Pizza up here on 127. They got that good salad bar, that buffet, all that stuff. I was like, I'm about to put a hurt on that. So I'm in line up there, and there's 7 or 8 of your football players ahead of me. So every one of them go up, pay for their stuff. They all get the buffet. They're, yes, ma'am, no, ma'am, thank you so much. I mean, they got mannerisms of just great raising. I think that comes from a community and the household both. But the bad thing about that was, man, they ate every pizza out there before it came out. It was bad. So I will tell you, you must have been working them good because they eat good. I can tell you that right now. They wore it out. Wore it out. But they really represented themselves, your football team, and their hunger very well.
Yeah, that's a great group of kids. People don't realize, Hickory gets a bad rap. That Hickory's this and Hickory's that. They have no idea. I tell people all the time, I would have no problem whatsoever putting my kids right there in school with me. They talk, like I said, Hickory High School gets a bad rap. We've got this and we've got that and everything else. I leave my keys in my car every day and wallet sitting on my front seat. Not one time's it been touched.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
I know exactly what you mean.
People have no idea how great of a school Hickory High School is. Every school's got its issues and everything else, but it's an unbelievable school and an unbelievable administration from the top all the way down.
Yeah, I would agree with that, and I think that's a good reflection of those kids, their parents, that community, and in particular, Coach, your coaching staff. I'm going to hand it off to Dennis. I think he's got a few things to ask you.
Hey, Coach Glass, I remember at the season, first of the season, you told us, this is your best team you've ever coached. And obviously, it is to go 15-0 and win a state championship.
16, ain't it?
16.
Yeah, get him, Coach Glass. 16-0. That last one was the main one.
Yeah, the last one was the main one. But, Coach, I've always said, and I remember I've asked this question plenty of times to Danny and other my friends. I've always wondered why Hickory, as big as the city of Hickory, they ought to have more state championships. But I've always said, though, players make coaches, but coaches put kids in great positions. And I tell you what, they got a heck of a coach at Hickory right now, and coach and yourself, and it proved it to win a state championship since 1998.
I really think it comes down to, I've got 10 assistants that do a great job. I talk about Coach Coffee and people like that. They do a great job. They love on our kids. They take a lot off of me. Not one person can do anything by themselves. And our assistants are unbelievable. We've got state championship assistants. Coach Natoli, this is his third state championship. This is Coach Riddle's second state championship. It's Coach Hop's second state championship. You know, we've just got really good guys that love our kids and love the game. And, you know, I try not to work them too hard, you know, but they do a great job. And I think that's the difference. And I don't care who you get. You can get, you know, Nick Saban in here, but if he doesn't have great assistants to follow out the plan that you have, you're not going to be very good.
Yeah,
so, I mean, that goes all back on our assistants. Our administration for hiring. You know, I mean, Coach Kraft, Miss Tuttle, you know, for them to, you know, when I bring somebody to them and they say, okay, you want them? You sure? And I'm like, yep, sure do. And then they hire.
Yeah.
You know, so, you know, for them to have the trust in me to do that and things like that it makes the biggest difference in the world.
Hey, that's awesome. That's awesome. Hey, Coach, we're on the next 3 Saturdays, so hey, let's get a Saturday where we can bring all the assistants out here, and also over here at Flips Barbershop, we want a couple. Hey, we want some Hickory High School state championship gear out here. So,
well, y'all over there in Newton, so
hey, that don't matter. It's Catawba County.
I noticed that the other day there wasn't
Hey, if they'll let them make.
Yeah, we want some. Hey, let's start right now. 2023. Let's get some
Coach
Hickory
Glass.
State gear.
If they'll let a Maiden jersey in here, they'll let a Hickory one.
Yeah, we need some Hickory stuff out here. So, but hey, congratulations, Coach. And like we said, you're a class act. Hey, and get some sleep. Get some sleep. It's gonna be a rainy day, the day and tomorrow. So get you some rest, Coach.
That ain't gonna happen. My daughter's got a game at 2 o'clock.
Oh, okay.
Get on it. Get on it.
Better never rest.
Okay. Hey, congratulations. Have a good one. Appreciate you.
All right, man.
All right.
Hey, we appreciate Coach Glass coming on, head coach for the Hickory High Red Tornadoes, 3A state champs. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll come back and talk right after this here at Flips Barbershop.
Catch you on the flip side.
Mic check, 1, 2.
Yeah, welcome back, folks. The Flips Barbershop Sports Talk. That was great, Danny. Conversation with Coach Glass.
Man, it's easy to talk to good people, and he's supported us all season and given his time when he had 1,000 other things he could be doing. I think he's one of those guys that's in it for the right reason, and you can see the investment that he made with those kids.
Yeah, and I tell you what, as we've been doing this year, it's hard to get a hold of some coaches that that
Saturday mornings are tough.
Saturday mornings are rough, but I tell you what, Coach Glass has never turned us down, even with a phone interview or just.
I don't think he ever sleeps.
Yeah, well, he said he don't.
He might sleep for a month or so.
I think his daughter plays basketball LR, so, but he has 2 daughters that play ball.
you know,
But,
being able to have those people on here, that's good, and we appreciate them more than they know, and we want to continue. We're lucky today to have one of our sponsors here today, and I got a question for him. I'll let him talk a little bit, but I got a question and a problem at home with my heating and air. I got a question for him right here.
Well, hey, who? First of all, who we got here? Who big sponsor we got?
Well, look on him. He's advertising all. I mean, you can
That's
see
what
all
I
of
want.
it.
Pat, you get all this?
We got to get some of that
That's our
swag.
biggest sponsor right here.
He's got to learn, though, when he comes up here, he's got to bring some swag with him. I mean, we got to get some hats and some all that stuff.
He's on now. I got him all on the screen. He's good,
okay.
man. Yeah.
Well, hey, we got one of the owners for LKH Heating and Air, Kyle Henschel. Welcome to the show, Kyle. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Hey, y'all been busy?
Yes, sir. Definitely. This.
Make sure his mic's good.
Is his mic on there? Should be.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. I can hear you.
You got him? All right.
Yeah.
You got me?
Yeah, I got you.
Okay.
Tell us what you've been into.
Just our company. Been about 2 years. My son Logan, he's the owner. I'm one of his employees.
I like that. Daddy working for some.
Yeah, so that's a
Does he
great.
cut you a paycheck and everything?
Yes, sir.
That's what I'm talking
Yeah.
about.
That's a great relationship. God's blessing us, and
Amen.
we've been together for about 2 years. We started about 2 years ago. He's a licensed HVAC tech. Worked with, I guess I can throw Johnny on the spot out here.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's all Maiden, but he worked for him for 3 years, and then we've started this company.
I'll tell you the shortages in the workforce and the place where people can go and make a lot of money and a great career without spending $100 and something thousand on a college education. A person that can do heating and air, plumbing, or electrical, they can make all the money they want to make. And I wish that our schools would be in that kind of program to steer some of those folks because a lot of people think, well, I'm going to go to a 4-year college just because that was a little peer pressure. You end up spending $60,000, $70,000, may or may not get your degree, and even if you do, you might not even use it in that category. So if people would do the math on that investment, it's tremendous.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, Logan, in that situation, he thought about going to a 4-year, but just going to community college and getting that training and then learning it on the job. It
Man,
definitely
I had a hard time hiring folks in those positions in a job that I had, but when we got them, man, we locked them down. I mean, some of those jokers made over $100K a year, and it's out there for the taking. We just got to get that work ethic back into that youth group.
That's what I was going to add, Danny. Like, it's easy to go get that, CVCC and get it. But, hey, you going to have to go out there and work now. You got to work.
Yeah.
That work ethic got to be there.
So I will tell you
Definitely.
this, some of that's on mamas and daddies.
Yeah.
If you keep paying the bills and don't make them go work, then,
I agree.
it's a different story. Throw them out there. Throw 'em in.
Amen.
Oh, yeah.
Throw it to 'em.
Amen.
Yeah. So I'm going to go to my problem right now, and I think that somebody's already figured this out, but if not, I'm going to need you.
Hold on, Kyle said, there's a charge now. You just can't just
Well,
ask
I'm
the
going to
par-
give him an idea, and he's probably going to make all the money off of it. I ain't asking for copyrights or nothing. So listen,
And we help any way we can.
so I got 2 females in my home with me.
Amen.
So I'm always burning up,
Yeah.
and they always freezing. And so every time I try to sneak down the hall and hit that thermostat, I'm getting nailed, I'm getting fussed at, I'm getting chewed out, all that. So what I need an app that on my phone I can just act like I'm texting Den, but actually I'm dialing that H back down a couple digits without them knowing that I did it. So we got to figure that out.
Well, your battle's not unique. It goes on in the Henschel house as well.
So I'm telling you, it's got to be out there. Somebody's got already figured that out where you can put something on there. I mean, you can control your lights with whatever that little gizmo is that talks back to you.
Control your cars, drive
You
down.
control your everything. You can't tell me that I couldn't control that thermostat with
absolutely.
my phone. We got to have that.
Now, there's certain thermostats that have the built-in app. That Residio is one of them.
Yep.
Honeywell has some stuff.
Honeywell, that's the one I'm going to. Honeywell is the one I'm chasing. I'm on it. So what are y'all doing now? That time of year. It's been a little hot, been a little cold. What's people need to get done to their units right now?
Well, the annual fall service is really good. We offer that as well. you want to have your unit checked out. You want to have your ductwork checked out, all your major components, capacitors, airflow, blower motors, all those things, and see if you got everything going.
I like it, man. I like it. Hey, listen, we appreciate y'all being here today, and LKH sponsoring this program that we do week in, week out. Give them a shout. I promise you, you're going to need them sooner or later.
Yeah,
and you
most
better
definitely.
do it sooner because it's a lot easier on you if you do. Appreciate you coming out today. Hey, we're going to take another quick break, and we'll come back. We'll talk a little college football right after this. We'll be back on the flip side.
Yeah. Appreciate that, Kyle.
We got the 428 in the house.
They don't know about that.
Welcome back, folks. The Flips Barbershop Sports Talk. Good old LKH Heating and Air. Remember, hey, if you have any problems, contact LKH Heating and Air.
You better call them before you get problems.
Yeah. Hey, we're getting ready to get cold. I mean, this. Oh, no! Hey, damn. I'm like, I turn the air on, can't decide to turn the heat on.
Man, I'm
Yeah.
telling you, it's like a roller coaster. It's
So I'm
75 one day, 35 the next.
Yeah, so, but Danny Hips, look like we got an old friend here in the house.
He is an old friend, man. He's a little longer in the tooth than he used to be, but I think he can still hold his own.
Hey, one of the best athletes come out of Maiden High School, the 828.
That
But-
might be a stretch.
Hey, in my eyes, you a great athlete.
I'll
Kemp.
take it. I'll take it.
I will tell you, in addition to being a good athlete, he had a very high athletic IQ. He
Yeah.
understands the games. Obviously, he's been a good impression on somebody. His son's a college athlete, was a college athlete.
Yeah.
So, those things don't, and on top of that, a good person.
Yeah.
So, Kemp is here with us today, Kemp England, and we're glad to have him. And, I'm older than him and pretty much anybody in here. But I remember a lot of Englands back in the day. I remember Butchie running that option on that number 12. I remember Denny dribbling that ball up, hooping it up all the time at the rec, at the high school, at the park.
I will always remember Denny at the rec.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Me too. And then Kemp came along, and here we go. So Kemp kind of talk about some of those things and how athletics being involved in that kind of affected your life.
Yeah. Well, first, before I start on that, I'm going to tell you this is the friendliest that anybody's going to be to me today. So I'm going to start coming up here and hanging out more often.
It's a great place to hang out.
I have a question, too. So you had a state championship, 3A state championship Coach Glass on when I walked in. Then you had a sponsor on. I'm trying to figure out how I got invited to this podcast. Because this is y'all had a special guest, a lineup of special guests, and I don't know how.
Hey, we invite great people.
Oh, okay.
Hey, and when Flip said Kemp England,
It was.
hey,
on.
let's go.
It was a yes.
Why not?
So
Why,
we-
right, Flip?
So we're looking for people that are experts in that area. So we got a state championship coach, we got a number one HVAC guy, and then we got you to tell us all about athletics and life.
Yeah, man.
The importance of that and how it impacts people.
So for me, obviously, I think it taught me how to rely on teammates. You're not doing any of this stuff by yourself in life. You also have to share wealth, which means you have to share the congratulatory side of things. You're not traveling and doing this thing called life alone. And for how that translates with me now is really in my church body, my church family.
Amen.
I have a great group of guys around me that I can do life with outside of my own four walls, obviously, but a great group of guys that I can do life with, man, and I rely on those guys a lot.
And what church is that? Where you go to? We need send some guys to a good place.
Yeah, man.
Get
I live over in Denver now, so I go to Denver Baptist Church.
Okay.
So I'm not far from home, just outside. I'm about a good par 5 from the maiden address, but yeah, Denver Baptist Church. I live over in Denver.
All right. Shout out to your church, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Appreciate that.
Yeah.
Appreciate that.
It's real good. It's real good.
So what we talking about today, man?
So what I want to know is, I read this thing this morning. There was a study about the difference between normal people in society and athletes in society. And I will tell you that it's tremendous, and it's not just athletics. I will say that. I mean, if you're involved in something, it's going to help you, especially like you kind of hit on the team thing. Everything that I looked at, that people who are in those activities, their grades are better. They get in less trouble. They turn out to be more productive adults. Now, the only one, and I was feeling good about all of them until you walked in, and then this kind of debunked this one. I want you to understand this.
Okay.
And the question is, why are athletic people more attractive?
Oh.
And it said,
Nailed it.
the first form and function go hand in hand. It says essentially what that means is that what looks good works well, and what works well looks good. It suggests that a body or a face functions optimally and will make them more attractive.
Yeah.
Fire, baby.
Those are true facts you're spitting right there. Now, I will say this. In my prime, I looked a lot prettier.
We all did.
I mean,
we all did.
You're
I
not-
can tell you that right now.
I didn't play no football games last night.
Nah. I understand that.
Yeah.
I will tell you though, there's a lot of things like on Facebook, all the social. They got these pages where just good-looking people, athletic people are out there, and they're making great money just to have their smiling faces on there. And they, they might not be a very good athlete at all, but they're pretty. Like tennis players, golfers. I see more women golfer pictures now than I ever seen.
Yeah, man. When you're active, when you're actively playing, actively competing, your body just shows that. And Primetime never said a truer statement. Look good, feel good, play good.
That's true.
I mean, I'm
good.
with you on that one. I'm with
They
you on
pay
that.
good.
So,
You know this.
yes, you do. Yeah, that's right. That's right. So I will tell you just the impact that athletics has on people. Think about all the folks that you know. Maybe talk about the experience of your own in your house, raising an athlete, the college aspect of that, and then turning out to being a good citizen, a good human being, a good worker with a good job. Kind of just hit on that.
Yeah, for us being in a small town, biggest little football town in the world,
Hoorah.
The relational side of being a part of athletics, those relationships last for a lifetime after.
I bet you could name everybody pretty much on every team you ever played on.
Probably. Just about. And I still am close to a lot of those guys. Matt Jenkins. I won't start
Really?
naming.
I mean, you had to start off with Matt
I know.
Jenkins.
I won't start naming names because I'm
No,
going to
I'm
forget
just
somebody.
kidding. Matt's my dog. I like him.
But, just competing, being in a foxhole with guys, dog days of summer, 90 degrees, 2-a-days. They don't. The kids don't do that anymore. They don't do 2-a-days, do they?
No, they
Nah,
don't.
they do like half a
It
day.
ain't allowed.
Let me tell you something. 2-a-days in 95-degree North Carolina, and we had to sleep in the gym for a week to even get started.
But you had them box fans, right?
Yeah, box fans.
Yeah, them good old box fans.
And
man.
Coach Tom Brown would cut the lights on every morning with a little poem he would say to us. But those relationships started in that gym in the summertime. and they just carry it out through the football season and into life. And so I think, you know, the things that competing in sports naturally teaches somebody is it goes without being said, but it's the relationships that you form with people that you look back. I mean, the first thing you see or the first thing you think of when you see an old classmate or an old teammate is a play or a game or a Friday night or a Tuesday night basketball game.
That's what you're talking about. Yeah, exactly.
That's exactly it.
That's the first.
That's why and it's hard to tell kids these days that, man, them 4 years fly by.
They fly,
and they don't realize it. You know, I had a kid last year. He was a senior, and he said, "Coach, you was right." He said, "You know, you told me this my freshman year to, you know, take advantage of everything." And he said, "Look, now I'm a senior, and I didn't take advantage of everything."
I ain't got no good news for nobody, but I'm sure people know that even after that, them years get faster and faster.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they do.
You know what? It really makes you, Mr. Happy Birthday over there.
Yeah.
So,
Oh,
you
yeah.
know, it really makes you feel a little more gratification about the important things in your life. Your faith, your family, your friends. You know, outside of that, there ain't a whole lot really matters as you get my age.
Nope. No, it does. All that stuff is superficial, man. The stuff that matters is the stuff that is right there inside your four walls, and those people that have been there with you through the ups and downs, and a lot of those people that have been there with you through the ups and downs, many of them played on the same teams with you. And
That's right. That's right. So I'm not going to let you off the hook that easy. We're going to hang it out there for you before we have to jump into another break, and we'll finish up with some college football and then also some pro football. So you saw the four teams. You saw the four teams that made it into the playoffs for college football. So I got two questions. You didn't even got to go deep into it, but the first one is, did Florida State get bent over? Did
Yes.
they get? Yep. All right.
Yes.
And the second one is, who's going to win the national championship?
it's hard to bet against
You
Alabama.
got to pick one. Alabama.
Yeah, you have to. You have to. Did
Got
you see
Bama in the house?
Did y'all see Michigan when they saw who they were?
Oh,
playing?
Man, they look like, oh my gosh! I can't believe we
I
got.
tell you
They were
what,
sad.
I think I seen two kids clapping,
Oh,
and they
my
were soft
word.
claps, like. You
Oh
know,
my
we
word!
just
They were
got-
like, man, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
So not only does Florida State believe they got robbed, but Michigan thinks Florida State got
Yeah.
robbed.
Yeah. So for me, the travesty of that whole selection with Florida State is nobody really factor in defense, and I personally think out of those 6 teams in the mix, Florida State probably had the best defense out there.
Well, that's, they say defense wins championships, and obviously the committee don't think that.
Offense sells tickets,
Yeah.
TV rights. That's what it is. So
Well,
hey,
Nick Saban sells tickets too.
yeah, he does. They all them people in it now do. Now I don't know about Washington, how many tickets they gonna sell, but we'll see.
We'll see.
Hey, but I do got to give props to our barber, our owner here, Flip. Flip been telling Texas the whole time, and I was
He
like,
said it
iffy.
on week 1.
Yeah,
Week 1.
and they got in. So Flip, we know who Flip going with to win this, to
them
win it all.
horns. He's going with them horns.
I think if Texas wins it all, we might have some Texas gear up in here.
We might. Man,
So-
listen, we're glad to have you today, Kemp. I appreciate you coming out.
Yeah, man,
Come
thanks
and
for
hang
having
out, man. It's your first time, right?
First time.
Man,
And we
you
just
got-
have Class Action here today. Coach
Yeah.
Class on the phone and Kemp England here live.
Don't get no better than that. Hey, y'all stay tuned.
Y'all need
We'll be
bigger
back.
aspirations.
That's right. We'll be back on the flip side right after this. All right. We're back here at Flip's Barbershop. We appreciate y'all tuning in today. If you got any questions or comments, want to talk about the national championship in college football, we're about to talk a little bit about that. If you tell us who you think is going to win, I'd like to know whether Florida State should have got in, didn't get in, all that good stuff, and who you're going to pull for. Put it on our Facebook page, and we'll get it on here as a question or a topic. Also, some NFL football coming down the stretch. We'll talk about that in a second. So, Dan, where we're at on this college football? No college football in Division I today. However, we would like to give a shout-out to our local college football team, Lenore-Ryan Bears.
Yes.
Listen,
Lenore-Ryan Bears.
They are down to the nitty-gritty. They
semifinals.
Semifinals.
Yeah, Army Navy.
Right. I'm gonna talk about that. I'm Army. I know. That's right. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. I got you. Army Navy. We're gonna talk about that because I'm an Army guy, and go Army. So Lenore-Ryan, they have had an outstanding year. Only one loss. I actually watched and listened to that game. They gave that one away, but last week they were very impressive, and this week another game on the road.
They play Harding.
Yeah.
Where's that at, Danny?
So, I don't know. I can look, but I can tell you this. Harding has put a ton of points up through the year. Now, last week, they had a really defensive game. They won 7-6. So, the last 2 weeks in the first 2 rounds of the playoffs, Harding won by 1 point. It's going to be a crazy kind of game, but they're definitely pretty good, or they wouldn't still be there. But Harding and Lenore-Ryan play today. I think it's 12 o'clock kickoff, I think. Is that right? All right, what you got comment-wise? Let me see it right quick. Here you go.
Kevin Holloway. Heck yeah, Florida
Here you go,
State.
Dan. Yeah, a little cord.
Kevin Holloway got heck yeah, Florida State should have gotten in with a 15-0 record and ACC champion. Let's talk about it. I agree. Peter Rabbit, I agree. I agree.
I don't see how you can, but I will tell you the only people to blame are them 5 members of that committee that are from the ACC. They couldn't have done that without them voting that way.
Yeah, he said, I want to talk about it, how they did my Florida State Seminoles dirty by not putting them in the playoffs for the national championship.
Oh, no!
Yeah, we agree, Rabbit. 15-0, and even though they are down to their, second, third string quarterback?
They are, but they got a first-string defense that's pretty tough. And,
yeah.
And I'll be honest with you, with the time that they've had now to get some play reps in and practice, that third-string quarterback is going to be a lot better the next game than he was in that first game.
Yeah. So, Peter Rabbit, we all think Florida State should have got in, but right now, they didn't. So we got to go with what? Alabama playing Michigan, and Texas is playing Washington.
Yeah, Michigan was happy about that too, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Man, they looked like they was going to cry whenever they found out.
Yeah, I don't think Harbaugh was too happy. But,
well, hey, you got
to play.
You got to play.
Now you got to play. So I tell you what, I don't. Washington Texas game is going to be a high scoring game.
Washington, I watched them started watching about halfway through the year. I don't remember his name, but that wide receiver is very impressive. Quarterback play is pretty solid. I don't know about those kind of games. Sometimes, it could be a little stage fright here or there, but I think that Texas is also playing as good as anybody.
Yeah.
I mean, they've been on a roll for a while now.
Yeah, like I said, shout out to Flip over here at Flip's Barbershop. He's been on the Texas bandwagon, so we'll see. Look out for Michael Penix, the quarterback for Washington. So.
Yeah, the sad thing is that, we got to wait a long time, so there's a lot of happening. And then the other part of that is, the Heisman Trophy's tonight.
Yeah.
And, there's a lot of people on all these teams who potentially have a future in the NFL. And so this is the time of the year when they start opting out. So, you got some players that just says, I'm too close to that millions of dollar contract and I'm going to sit out. So it'll be interesting to see how that plays out.
Yeah, USC quarterback Caleb Williams already sitting out. So there's several players that say they're going to sit out. Danny, who you got in that Heisman?
Man, I think it's a one-man race. And his daddy's in the NFL and a pretty good receiver from Ohio State. Marvin Harrison Jr., I think, is going to bring home the trophy tonight.
I like to see that, but everybody keeps saying LSU quarterback, Daniel's kid.
So it's basically Harrison, and then the rest of them are always quarterbacks.
Yeah. But I tell you what, I seen an interview with the Harrison kid. He's a class act. And, he might come back, he said, so he might not even enter. He got some great NIL deals.
I don't believe that, but he might.
Hey, they got a transfer going to Ohio State next year, quarterback. I can't remember where he's from, but he might be going back to play with him. So
we'll see. I think that money's going to call him.
Hey, Danny, a big college game today. The Army-Navy game.
Man, it's like probably one of the oldest one. It's always good to see our military academies play, and I've watched them both play this year. You know, I'm an Army guy, so I'm a pull for Army, but I don't know. I think that Navy might pull it off.
You think? I know Army's a 3-point favorite.
Yeah, I don't know why I feel that way, but I feel like the Navy might have something.
I'm going with Army, so I'm going with Army. But that's all the NFL game. I mean, college football games that they got several.
And to answer your question, Harding University is in Arkansas. And Harding and Lenoir-Rhyne are both the only two private schools in the playoffs, and they're still in it. So one of them will advance. You can catch that live on a lot of ways. It'll be on some TV spots. It'll be on radio spots. So a good friend of mine and a guy I used to broadcast with, Juju.
Yeah.
He's going to be doing the play-by-play there, and I appreciate that. So I'm pulling for the Bears, man. I'll tell you, Hickory wins a state championship. Lenoir-Rhyne wins a national championship. Bunker Hill makes it to the semifinals. What a great year for football in the Catawba Valley.
Man, Hickory's going to have all kind of parades, we hope.
Man, I hope so, too.
Yeah, so we'll have to get the LR Bears over here.
Bring them on.
To Flip's Barbershop Podcast.
Hey, when they get here, we're going to say how to LRU.
Yeah. But we're going to take a small break, DJP free, and when we get back, it's NFL action.
Yeah, I got to hear about them Eagles, dude.
Oh, man.
I can't wait. I got to hear about them Eagles.
Smoke.
Check up. There you go. It's good, Pat.
It's on there.
Welcome back, folks, to Flip's Barbershop Sports Talk.
Hey, before you jump into that real quick, I just want you to know that me and Sherrod are both Army vets. And,
thank y'all.
Go y'all. Army beat Navy. That's what we're trying to
Thank
say.
you, guys. Thank you, Sherrod. Thank you, Danny.
Hey, we proud to do it.
Hey, a little quick advertisement. Brothers on the Move and the VFW are having a toy drive giveaway starting at 12 until 3 p.m. December 16th. 3 drop-off points. VFW Post 5305 on Highway 10.
Yeah, man, it's a good
Turner
cause.
Finance right here in Newton.
And what day is that? What day is that?
December
Saturday.
16th on a Saturday.
Saturday. Okay.
My daughter's getting married that way.
Oh, okay. Cool.
I might need a
Okay.
few donations myself.
Yeah,
Hey,
that's what's
and
up.
Dana's Fine Jewelry in Newton. So
Next Saturday.
Oh, they coming on the air?
Next
Saturday.
Saturday.
Next
All
Saturday.
right. Nice,
Saturday.
nice.
So and toy giveaway and turkey.
Who don't like turkey?
Yeah. So for more information, call 828-464-2580 or 828-461-2219. So great job by Brothers on the Move and the VFW.
Yeah, they always doing a lot of good stuff in the community. We like to hear
Hey,
that.
Danny, let me go ahead and give a shout out and congratulations to Holly,
Hey, man,
your daughter,
thank
for she has her big wedding day next Saturday.
Yeah, she does, man.
So,
She's the day has come, and it's been a long time coming. I'm trying to get all this stuff. If you ain't ever had to get all this stuff together for a wedding, the weddings have changed through the years. It's crazy.
Man, yeah.
I might need to borrow a little green from the DJ over there.
You know how
Yeah,
Big
man,
John
listen.
say money bags. Yeah, D got it.
They
Yeah,
empty.
Not for long.
They running on empty right now. But hey, I'll tell you this: she's worth every penny.
Yeah,
That's
I tell
right,
you what,
that's
great young lady, and I remember her running around. We was at the rec.
She's
2
pretty
years
tough,
old,
man.
running around, but she's an awesome young lady.
Yeah, just a quick story. I had a niece. We went to where we go in August. We went to Texas, out in Austin, and man, that wedding was fabulous. And I watched my little girl Johanna. Give him a little shout out to my niece Johanna Harris, and it was a beautiful wedding.
Yeah.
But I know Daddy was broke after that.
Hey, listen.
Went to Costa Rica. Went to
Yeah,
went
that's
to
what you
it.
said.
Yeah. So
It breaks your wallet a little bit.
yes,
It breaks
does.
your heart a whole lot.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah,
Danny,
it
before
is.
we jump into the NFL, got a couple comments from Peter Rabbit, Kevin Holloway. He says Dallas is undefeated at home. They average 40 points at home. The Eagles rank 24th in run defense. Pollard going to have 150-plus yards. CD Lamb 100-plus yards, 2 touchdowns, along with Cook. And he said Dallas Cowboys going to knock the feathers off them Eagles.
Now, there's a lot in that, so I ain't going to say that. All I'm going to tell you is the people in Vegas are telling me that they're going to give the Philadelphia Eagles 4 points. Now, the Eagles have been strong all year. That has a bad smell to it for me. But I will say this, when somebody beats you, other teams learn a lot of things about your team and what you don't do well, and they copy it. So I don't know what happened in the previous game that broke them down a little bit, but they better put some changes in. But
I tell you what I did find out this past weekend,
Yep.
Sunday, and not all Dallas fans. So Flip's a good Dallas fan to me. I mean,
yeah,
we
he don't
go at
rub
it
it
a little bit.
He
but,
pulls for his team.
But I do want to call a couple of them out. And
Before the game, you're gonna call them out?
No.
Okay.
This is last week. Now,
Okay,
after
last
we got
week.
beat, the 49ers the 49ers last week just gave us a good old
Listen,
butt
the
whooping.
49ers played well.
And I take it. Hey, we learn how. Hey, you got to learn how to take butt whooping. Sometimes you can't win
roll
them
with
all.
the punches. Roll
But,
with the punches.
But Jay Ramsey, ain't it your classmate?
Yes.
Jay Muhammad.
Brother
Yeah,
Jeffrey.
brother Jeffrey.
Yeah.
Brother Jeffrey's a Dallas Cowboy diehard fan.
He's blinded by the light.
Well, he's been, for some reason, he picked me to send pictures to of 49ers. 49ers holding a bird and
Well, see, I learned this a long time ago. When you send them to him, like on that same kind of scenario, it says not accepting messages at the moment.
well, hey, that's the bad thing about it. I've never sent nothing to Jay. Last year,
He jumped
I
on.
sent
He
him-
jumped on you, didn't he?
Yeah, he's jumped on me and a couple other guys from work, but brother Jeffrey Muhammad Ramsour, please don't let us beat y'all Sunday night.
He gonna hear about it?
Oh, what?
Yeah.
And I'm gonna try to get a hold of him somehow. I'm gonna contact all his 5 names.
Just remember, he started it. He started it.
But he's brother Jeffrey right
That's
now.
right.
But I know him as Jay. But Jay, I'm gonna try to get a hold of you somehow.
he's
So
a
don't
good-
hide from me.
I would say that. We've been in school together a whole life. He's been a Dallas fan a long time,
Yeah.
and he's definitely one of those kind of Dallas fans.
Yeah,
I mean, he
but-
ain't gonna let up.
Oh, I know, but
No
Jay,
matter what
Jay, I
happens.
don't know if you listening, but it's all good here. I love you, but like I said, please don't let us beat y'all Sunday night. Okay.
So we jumped right to the big game. The big game. There's some other games going on out there. We'll kind of run through those. Let you see
Man,
what's going on.
Danny Steelers. What is going on there? They had a chance to make the playoffs. Now they're like not in the hunt. They ain't even in the wild card race.
No, offensively they've been a hot mess. I mean, from
They got
the
beat
word
Thursday.
go, yeah, they look awful. I mean, I've watched a couple games lately that it was so hard to watch. I couldn't even hardly do it, man. I kept one of them barf bags beside my chair. I mean, it's hard. It's not good football on some of these games, man.
They
I'm
got
telling you.
beat. Yeah, they got beat by the 2-11 Patriots.
Yeah, and and plus that, there's like 9 or 10 different quarterbacks hurt. I mean, let's just run through here. So this is a pick'em game: Jacksonville Jaguars and Cleveland, the Browns. And quarterback was hurt there. Both of quarterbacks.
He's not going to play.
You're
He's not
right.
playing
So
Sunday.
that's a toss-up. Then you got Baltimore and the Rams. I think that Baltimore should win that pretty easy. Going to be a lot of rain now. I don't know how much traction they got, but Detroit and Chicago, that's the same old game. But really, the last time they played, Chicago really played well that game, believe it or not.
Yeah.
And I think that they actually might have a chance to pull off an upset. But if Detroit plays like they should, they shouldn't. Now, here's another one. This will put you right to sleep. The New Orleans Saints and the Carolina Panthers.
Oh, man.
I'm pulling for the Panthers. I need the Saints and Atlanta to lose so that my Bucks can do that. Bucks and Atlanta, that's a pick 'em. I mean, I don't know how that's going to go, but I know
That's going to be a good game.
I know how I need it to go.
That's going to be a good game.
Yeah, it
It's gonna
should
be a
be.
good game.
Here's another one. Pick 'em. Indianapolis and Cincinnati. Minshew's throwing for Indianapolis. Joe is out of the quarterback spot.
I'll tell
for
you
them.
what, that Browning kid played good.
He played good.
the other night.
So did that tight end. He played good too.
Yeah.
So I would say that Cincinnati will probably get that
I'll tell
one.
you what, I'm saying it now. I think Cincinnati's going to get into the playoff. They might not do much when they get in there, but I think they'll get in. And that
Yeah.
AFC,
It's a hot mess.
Yeah,
I'm
so-
telling you, you look at the Chiefs. They're not the Chiefs they've been and have been. There's a lot of problems in the AFC.
this could be the year of Super Bowl without the Chiefs.
Yeah, it could be. We'll see.
It used to be the Patriots. Now
We'll,
it's the Chiefs.
we'll know a whole lot more after that game because it's coming up on this list too. So we got Houston and the Jets. Houston, kudos to C.J. Stroud, continues to show a lot of skills and pretty good athlete, and they have a winning record and have a chance. They have a chance to make
Hey,
the
Danny,
playoffs.
Lenny, let me hold you.
I know
hold
where
on
you're
for a
going with
second.
that.
No, got a comment
All right, what is?
from my nephew, Caleb McDaniel, Dallas Cowboy fan. Flip, you hearing this? He's supposed to be in Dominican Republic. Is he still there? Well, he might be on a. Well, I
Well,
don't
you
know.
know,
'Cause
he
he
can-
just sent me.
well,
he just
he-
sent me a message, DJ P Free, and he put "Fly Eagles Fly."
I believe somebody.
Hey, no. I'm gonna tell you what he does.
Somebody hacked his.
No. He does this all the time. He tries to play it like, oh, Dallas ain't got no chance, and fly. He does this because he know he.
Man,
oh,
I
he
wish
wants
you-
us to beat. He wants to
he
beat us
know.
so bad.
You know.
Oh yeah.
Man, I wish I'd known he's in Dominican. I think he could have brought me some stuff back.
Yeah, he's been there.
Man.
He's been there a whole week, I think.
Thanks a lot, Caleb. Thanks a lot.
Why he ain't in here cutting hair?
All right, so let's get through this list right quick. San Francisco and Seattle, I think that's going to be a rub. I mean, it's going to be ugly, I think.
You think?
I do. I think it'll be
At Seattle,
double digits.
double digits.
Double digits.
Yeah,
All right.
you never know what Geno you gonna get.
Gino played good last week. He don't typically do that great 2 weeks,
2 weeks
in a row.
in a row.
and I will tell you, he didn't play the San Francisco 49ers
That's
last
true.
week. So Minnesota and the Raiders, I think that's a toss-up. I'd say Minnesota probably. Denver and the Chargers, that one could go either way. Who knows? Now, this is what's interesting to me because neither one of them have played to their potential this year. It's the Chiefs and Buffalo, and one of the greatest football games I ever saw was maybe last year or whatever with that game. It was unbelievable. Came down to the last possession, but the Chiefs are not who they have been in the past, and neither are the Bills from Baltimore. Man, I'm killing
Buffalo,
Buffalo, man. I got the Bunker Hill Bears in my head and all them other people. All right, so who's going to win that one, Dan?
Man, I tell you what, I like Buffalo.
Yeah, they're getting 3 points for sure.
But they have to win.
They have to win.
They're in the hunt. Can you imagine the playoffs without the Buffalo Bills and the AFC?
Be crazy.
It'd
be crazy. But
hey, Danny, another comment by Caleb McDaniel, and now he's come back to life. He put Dallas by 14 tomorrow. Give me 14 and see what happens.
I don't think you could get them to give you the 4 that they're giving on the card. I don't think you get no points out of it. I don't think there's no Dallas Cowboy fan going to give them no points.
Caleb, your boss man went with them 14.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one. He better get off that Dominican.
Yeah,
juice.
he might be having a drink at the Dominican right now, talking about Dallas by 14.
That rum punch.
Quit drinking, boy. Quit drinking.
That rum punch will get you every time, man.
You ain't 21 yet.
Hey, it don't matter down there. I can tell you.
Nah,
that.
he's 21. I just aggravated.
I can tell you it don't matter. All right, so then we got that game, then Dallas and the Eagles. You know, that's going to be a big Sunday night game. Everybody be all tuned
Who you
in.
got, Danny?
I think I'm going to go with Dallas.
Okay.
For a couple reasons. I think they played well at home, and I think that, it's like them old Rocky movies whenever they say he's cut. Yeah. I think they got cut a little bit. I think when you lose and a team exposes something that you're not good at, like everybody is like piranha, man. They jump on it. But the Eagles got plenty of players, plenty of good, and they got a great offensive line. So it could go either way. And I think, but I for some reason think that.
Well, we usually split, so I mean.
No pun intended, but some way the star lines up toward the end of the year just to get them enough to get in the playoffs and do this, and then they lose like first round or something after that. But I think they might win. So Monday night we got 2 different games going right here, Dan.
Oh, it is 2.
Yeah, it's 2. Well, probably it's just going to be neither one of them's going to be a game.
Man.
I don't think. But you got Miami and Tennessee, and that's the biggest point spread of all.
What is it?
14, man.
Good gracious. I can see that.
NFL team getting 14 points. I mean, it's crazy, but there's a lot of that. And then you got the Packers.
Oh, gosh.
The Packers, who are they playing, Sherrod? The Giants. The G-Men. Can the G-Men pull one off? He says yes, they can. All right.
What's wrong with that? Hey, he's still pulling for him.
Giants ain't got no love in their heart.
No.
So it's going to be a crazy ride to the finish. If you look at the playoffs and the way it's breaking down, I don't know. I'm just trying to get my poor little team in the playoffs by winning a weak division. But there's a bunch of weak divisions. Everybody used to make fun of the one that we have, but there's a lot of weak divisions right now.
Yeah, it's a three-team race over here.
We beat Atlanta, and Carolina beats the Saints. We in the driver's seat.
You know what really is terrible about that? The Panthers still could make the playoffs if they win that division.
Well, I hope that they don't, because I sure don't want to watch.
Can you imagine that?
I don't see any imaginable way that they're going to, man. They don't have enough.
I'll tell you what, the Panthers make the playoffs, I'm done with the podcast.
Man,
I'm done with the podcast.
Sir, some teams have
weapons. Pat, you heard it first.
Some teams have weapons. I don't know that the Panthers have a weapon, like singular one.
But I'm telling you, that everybody keeps saying, of course, I know the quarterback makes this big money. Well, Bryce ain't right now. But, man, their offensive line, I think me, you, Sherrod, and DJ P. Free could go up there and line up and block for Bryce Young.
I will tell you, in fairness to him, man.
We'll put Flip at running back.
As soon as I'll take Flip back there.
That's what I'm saying.
He's gonna get more yards. Flip will get more yards than Miles Sanders. I can tell you that, right?
Man, Miles just heartbroken. He just left Philly to go to the Panthers.
Listen, I'm telling you now, the second Bryce Young touches the ball, he's already running.
He is.
He's running before he ever gets the ball.
I know he's
to him.
little, but man,
he's got no time. And I'm not saying that I ain't getting into all the draft. This should have done this. Should have. They have no blocking.
Nope.
And now they have no draft picks. Nope. I don't know what they're going to do. I mean, it's crazy. Crazy. All right, Dan.
Got a little advertisement. Hey, Depot Deli up here in Newton, they're doing a great thing. Well, obviously they got great sandwiches.
Best grits in town.
But they got punch cards here, cards there too now. So Every time you eat a sandwich, go get a sandwich, you get a little.
Oh,
a card,
Depot Deli,
get the
man, they
punch.
got it all.
Yeah, and then after 10 punches, you get a free sandwich. So, yeah, that's great. Depot Deli, keep doing.
Can you punch it yourself, or you gotta let them punch it?
Nah, you gotta let them punch
I
it.
understand.
When they got one of them little star punches.
Yeah.
Or,
Hey, Hey, I will tell you this.
Maybe look like a sandwich or something.
There
when they
ain't
punch
nothing bad on their menu, man. Nothing at all.
Derek Logan puts Hickory High state champs.
And
Great job.
great,
Shout out to them
great,
Tornadoes.
Great atmosphere at Depot Deli.
Yeah.
I mean,
It is awesome. They have a lot of events going there, and
Yeah.
I will tell you that it's a great place to get lunch. It's a great place to get dinner.
Yeah.
But if you want good breakfast, man, you got to go to Dick's Cafe.
Yeah.
Man, they fill you up. Great grits, best grits in town.
I'll tell you another place I ate Saturday morning down here. Hen and Egg. That was the first time I ever
Oh
ate
yeah,
there.
They
That's
good,
a
yeah.
great
We
place
need to
to
get
eat.
them on here. They need to be
Yeah,
on there.
I need. We got some cars. We need to
we
go.
got some cars. We're going to
Yeah.
be coming out to see some of y'all businesses very, very soon because we are all about supporting local business.
Yeah, amen.
So, we want to go out
And
there.
good food, and good
food. And good food. So we coming.
Hey, a little quick thing before we end it. They having a little Christmas uptown Newton today. Little cart parade.
Yeah.
Having food vendors and stuff out there today from 3 to 8.
3 to 8?
Singing up here at the amphitheater.
So I got my grandkids today. I ain't gonna make that, but we're gonna like get in that kitchen and make up some Christmas stuff. So
All right. Well, hey, pack me a little. Me and DJ P free a little. Something.
I will, man. I'll let
yeah.
y'all be the taste testers.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm in on that.
Great show today, and appreciate LKH coming by here and talking. Also, Kemp England,
Man, and Joe Glass giving us
Yeah.
some time
Hey,
today.
Hickory High-
State champs.
hey, state champs, Coach Glass. I know you listen. Appreciate you, and
Appreciate
congratulations,
you,
man.
Yeah.
Congratulations. Let us know when the parade is. I know Hickory's getting the parade ready for him. So I heard next Friday. And that's what I heard. But hey, I'll confirm that with Coach Glass.
Yeah, we'll get
this
some
week.
information out there.
But
Congratulations.
yeah.
Hey, and I know we talked a lot of football this week, and a lot of that's going to be rounding up, and there's some good basketball out there coming. I know there's a lot of people watching that NBA stuff. We ain't talked about all that in-season tournament and all that good stuff, but
Saturday I got some high school basketball coaches coming too.
yeah,
high
that's
school
good.
season
That's
started.
good.
So
that's right.
And what is that next Saturday? Is that the 23rd or
No, it's the
the
16th.
16th? Okay.
I'm checking it off on
Yeah.
my calendar.
Okay, yeah. 23rd, I do have a local photographer coming. It's going to be what is it? Derek Logan, and he's alien photography, and he won a couple awards in the area. So
Now, if he can do something with
Good,
this
good.
crowd, he's a good
oh,
photographer.
this guy is great, man. He's got an eye, man. They don't call him alien for nothing.
Yeah.
He's
All
living
right.
up this
All right.
world.
close us out,
so.
Dan.
Yeah, man, I'll close us out. Listen, y'all be safe. I know the holidays are coming. Spend the time with the people you love. Get your Christmas shopping done so you can sit back, relax some football, and listen to us right here on the podcast at Flips Barbershop. Peace out. Have a great weekend. We'll catch you next time on the flip side.